A little song about episode 8.
One way out. One way out. One way out. One way out. Doing nothing to find. I don't know. Got no shoes and I shot my clothes. Don't ask me about level 2. Lost friends been turned to do. Doing nothing to find. Doing nothing to MakingStarWars.net.
Hi, Rob.
I don't like me on camera. Yeah.
At 2
Oh,
o'clock is Mario, right?
You goddamn right it is.
Yeah.
Told you, man. That's the movie I'm looking forward to the most. That and Mission Impossible next year, man. That's my movies.
Yeah. Me and Bestman were trying to figure out what the skin's gonna be in Fortnite, like for the new season pass. It's usually like a tie-in skin, and we were laughing at the possible eventuality that it can't be Mario. Probably won't be Mario. They probably wouldn't let Mario use a gun, right? Is that fair to say?
No, he's used them in other games.
He
Even
has?
the Mario Rabbit games. Technically,
Okay.
that's a gun.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we were thinking maybe not, but what if the season pass is Avatar? Does that mean we have got you in a loophole and you have to play the season to unlock the blue bastard, but we just have to buy you the season pass? We were laughing at
You know,
that.
I'm
We thought
at
we
a-
had you. We thought we had you, but then I just remembered you thought you could just do whatever you
I don't know
want.
how you have me. I have a full single player Avatar game coming in another year or so. I can wait. You know,
No, because
Yeah.
we said if the thing came in that you would play the blue
Oh,
guy
right.
with us.
Right, right.
And
But
so
then,
if they make it the season pass and you have to play 100 levels to get the blue guy,
oh,
does that
I'm
mean
not
that
doing
we
that.
have you on a
No,
yeah, we have it
it's
here. He
never
doesn't
happened.
he broke his promise. No, okay,
It's
I'm
never
kidding.
happened. I like how it just slowly crawls behind him. Like, no, don't do that. No, Star Wars, Star
Oh,
Wars.
shit.
It's Star Wars. It's about a movie about Imperials invading and subjecting, indigenous cultures. Not the movie about the corporations that subject indigenous cultures. I
Wait,
don't know, man.
are these almost the same thing, just with different directors?
My favorite Star Wars hypocrites are the ones that have spent 20 years convincing me that midi-chlorians mean something and then shitting on Avatar and A1 and all that, like it's my favorite. Like I just
Yeah.
love it. Like
What if we had like
tears.
Klieg Lars and he's like life was hard on Tatooine, and then he just opened the eyes and it's Wicket.
bro,
What if that's Klieg? What if Wicket
life is hard on Pandora though, bro. Like that dude Jake Sully, if he weren't in that little blue first off, if it weren't for an Atari, that fucker his little avatar body would have been chomped up by shit within the Fortnite. I mean, my favorite part of that movie is just when he starts out going to the jungle. He's got the drop ship. He's got the weapons. He's got everything. And 6 hours later, he's shoving a stick into some goo to get fire. He's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm like, that's the story of man. That's the story of man. Like that is the story of like our deep ancestors in Africa were just like, this fucking wilderness won't stop. All the animals come out at night. Yeah.
Man, I really loved Captain N, the Game Master.
Oh,
Like-
wasn't it just like the coolest thing, right? I mean, in terms of like, is this the way they were in the games? No.
No, but that's how they were in Nintendo Power almost. I mean,
But
remember,
it was
remember how loose things were though at that time? Things were loose. Nintendo Power.
Yeah, but
Mario looks crazy.
compared to the lowbrow humor of Police Academy, the cartoon, and Brave Star, you know what I mean? Like, Captain Men was so good. I mean, the high quality all around. Like, you know, today they'd laugh at it, you know, but you had to be there. You had
Yeah.
to be there. And he had the zapper, man. Like, he finally used the zapper in a meaningful way, you know?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, and it had didn't it have like was it Mr. Jefferson in that? As like the voice, as like a voice of
Sherman
like,
Helmsley is one of
yeah.
them, probably.
Was he Mother Brain?
No, I don't know.
I think he was Mother Brain. But anyways,
Mm.
yeah, it was a good times. There was also a Mario show that used to come on after that, and that's when like Mario was like a 15-minute show, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And it was like it would be like a Mario short or something. But yeah, I loved it. But Tyrant says no Avatar, it's not Friday. Dude, Avatar's gonna be all
Bro.
over in the coming
Bro,
month, I think.
your icon is literally the Avatar logo. So
Yeah, it's
I don't know
true.
what you're complaining about. What you're complaining about.
He's like a really big-headed Mandalorian. Look at it. It's a really big-headed Mandalorian with a really small.
I didn't have a chance to ask you, Jason.
Hmm?
Did you listen to the John Williams Indiana Jones 5 piece he did for Brody the Goddaughter theme?
The Helena. We played it on
Yeah.
the show when he first did it, like a while ago.
I wasn't here for that. No. Like, did we?
Oh, we did.
I
We
don't
did
ever-
though. Yeah. Maybe you weren't here that day. I think you were here.
I
but
wasn't here that day. No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever.
What? Wait,
listened to it.
did he do it again?
He did it live. Yeah, like 3 days.
I
ago.
mean, he did it again 3 days ago.
Yeah,
I okay. Yeah. I saw the first time he did it at the Hollywood Bowl, and we listened to it then, and yeah, it was cool.
I feel like John Williams stepping out into public is him going, "Come on, COVID." I mean, like, dude, you're like 98. Like, maybe you Zoom from now. Do you need to be there live as a conductor? Can't we hologram? He's the one conductor you
Well,
could do
the
a hologram, make it blue, and everyone would be like, "All right, it fits." You know, like, no one would complain. You probably sell more
Yeah.
tickets.
He would the latency would probably drive him crazy because it's all about timing, so it would be weird. But I would say, yeah, it might be time to.
Look.
Well, I guess if you're gonna go anywhere though, the Hollywood Bowl is the place to be. If you're gonna do anything, that outside place is probably as good as it's gonna get for a highly dangerous situation for an old man.
If he conducts the Ferrex band, timing's not really important.
Yeah, he's all, I
got
didn't
some
do
wiggle
that
room. Got some wiggle room. It's okay.
Green says, "Can you please say what day of November filming wrapped? Tuesday on Ahsoka, along with the answering the question of what day in December is when Skeleton Crew will wrap filming. Wednesday. I don't actually know. I'm not sure what day it is, and gotta be honest, like a lot of the stuff with like rapping and stuff like that on those shows, it's not. It tapers.
When they break out into freestyle.
Well, it tapers off. It's they don't go, well, that's a wrap. Close the place down. We're all done here, because it doesn't really like usually go like that. So there's an official day when it ends, and then there's like when it starts to wind down, and it's always up for debate about what the truth of that is. In my opinion, like the production has a day when it's officially over, but it slows down. Sometimes I've seen Mando rap, and then a week later they're out there with like doing what? No, I am the Mando. My name is.
What I fear is when they rap early, like, "Hey, got that done fast. No problem. Star Wars ain't no big deal.
Easy, dude. You make the guy spin around.
You spin around.
Who fucking cares? You got
Do
it.
12 episodes. Like,
Backstory, schmack story. Yeah, put him in a back to tank. Fucking done.
dude, let's give all the speeder bikes 15 fucking rear view mirrors.
That sounds cool. That way you can't get snuck up on by some bad guys or something.
Like I know where it came from in the 60s and shit, but like even
It
George
was
would
actually
have been
like the late 70s with quadraphonic or whatever.
I hear you,
Quadrophenia.
but like it's like I just figure if
Yeah.
you're in that era,
Skiing was in that.
If Joe Johnston wouldn't have done it, don't do it. If you're
Mhm.
come up with a new era, invent that shit for another era. But if you're in that era, right? Yeah, I'm
Well,
sorry.
just
You're in the OT era. No.
just
Nope.
let it become OT era really quickly.
Like you could just send Joe Johnson an email. Hey, what do you think? And he goes,
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. Here you're Favreau. I'm Guy.
Okay.
Okay, Favreau. I got this idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What if we take those little scooters, right? And like when we first get here, they're not in Boba Fett's gang yet. They're just like polishing them all the time. They look like a little adorable. PB Herman would ride that shit to deliver papers in his town. Okay. But then what if like by like, I don't know, second or third episode, they start to get really kind of fucked up. And then like by the end of it, they look like they just belong on Tatooine. What if we do that? Just like, just kind of strip them down over time and really fuck them up over the course of the chases and stuff.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not talking as Favreau right now. I don't have any.
Well, no, I want his Favreau. I want Favreau to shoot it down and tell me why he didn't even do that.
Why wouldn't they make tacos? They make tacos delivery. I like tacos.
Yeah.
Tacos pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird that if they like
It's all right.
never change.
Could be better. Could be better idea. Could be better. I mean,
it's
a pretty bad idea actually. I wouldn't do that again.
You know why I think why it bothers me, why that aspect of it bothers me in terms of just design is the N1 Naboo Starfighter. That's where it's at. That's what
the N1 Naboo Starfighter was based around Art Nouveau. Okay, and handcraft. That is not an Art Nouveau. That is fucking like, that is that wild 70s Henry Nilsson fucking, you know what I mean? Sergeant Pepper's band gone fucking nuts. It's not the same thing, dude. Just because it's got some chrome and it's shiny, don't make it Space Nouveau. Like, no,
that's not what I'm saying. The planet it came from could be that. That's fine with me.
It could come from the Pee Wee Herman planet.
The Pee Wee Herman planet, exactly. But what I'm saying is like once, like when the Naboo Starfighter enters in the OT post Return of the Jedi Tatooine space, it's not the yellow, shiny, beautiful thing from the Phantom Menace. It has like its engines are all exposed, and it's like it's fucking cool. Like they made it fucking like fun. That one, I love that ship in every iteration of it. But there's an aerodynamics
to the N1 Starfighter. These things they sit flat, almost like how do I describe it? You sit in them the way you sit in a Walmart scooter, and those can only be funny. Walmart scooters can only be funny. They can't be, no matter how dinged up they are, you're just gonna laugh. Like when your legs sit right in it, like you're like at this, you're like there's nothing cool about that. You gotta like straddle. You gotta get like a bantha. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do. That's how you make it cool, man. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. I mean, they were clearly going for the Back to the Future Part 2 gang on quadrophenia, scooters. And like they were going into a place, and it's like that would be fun in a Marvel comic, but you're gonna have to work to make it work in the show. They just didn't do it. They just didn't.
Well, first off, in order for it to work, you already need an over-the-top sort of lampoonish tone, which that they're in a nostalgia bar to begin with, which you know what I mean has holograms of Ronald Reagan, and a little Hobbit-sized Elijah Wood. So we're already laughing, like
use your hands. That's a baby toy.
Had one of those mods been like a little de-age Elijah Wood, I would have been, this is adorable.
And I always wanted to find Wild Gunman at the arcade, but it was only a Nintendo game, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they ever put that shit in the arcade.
Oh, Wild Gun? No. The closest no. Yeah, with the guns and stuff. No.
Yeah.
No, you never got that. No.
Yeah, I think that was just a Nintendo game.
Yeah. It was a Zapper game.
Yeah. This morning on Star Wars Santa Show, we broke down the monomyth and and Andor, about how it fits and where it doesn't, and I was able to fit the whole thing in there, just cram it in, just fucking hit it with the hammer, make it work. But it was interesting. It was a fun
Tanker's
conversation.
best friend, Jason, a hammer.
Huh? Oh yeah.
That will fix anything on a tank. I assure you that.
Ahsoka raps, time's up, Kenobi sweating, Avatar means Avatar makes me yak my mom's spaghetti. Dude, you're spinning rhymes that I can't keep up with.
Really trying. He's been using that AI
Oh
AI
no,
word generator to
AI
create
raps?
lyrics. Yeah, everyone's doing that
AI
right now.
Kanye. That's where it just starts, where it turns racist and anti-Semitic in a few seconds.
Well, most
How you-
algorithms are inherently racist, Jason.
most
so
AI,
it's
that's
sort
how-
of it's kind of a synergy thing. So.
Do you think it's going to turn out in a couple of years? It turns out he was just being controlled by AI this last year. He's like,
I think he'll be in jail for tax evasion. He just admitted that he had to like consult with CFOs if not paying taxes was tax evasion, up to the tune of $50 million.
Just ask Wesley Snipes what you should do. Just do that.
Yeah,
he's Blade.
I'm gonna think he's a going to jail. You know,
You could go Passenger 57 style. Just bet on black. Don't pay taxes. But yeah. Anyways, Willow starts tonight. I was actually wanted to. Yeah.
Well, we're not staying out for that.
I made a video already that I'm just going to upload, and I'm like debating back and forth if I want to stay up with Max and make them do that, for that show, because it's on one hand I think like Max will probably enjoy the show, but I also don't know if it's like if you need to stay up for that one or not. So I was gonna.
You could also review the new Metallica song. Pretty good riff.
Yeah.
They're bringing the high energy, bro. You gotta appreciate it these days and age, and they're not doing this. I mean, like, yeah, that's fucking rock. Thanks, guys. So.
Yeah. Happy Willow Eve to those who celebrate. Hey, yeah. And by the way, the first episode of Willow is really good though. It is really good. Like you're gonna enjoy it. I think. Well, I don't know if you will, Rob, but most people will enjoy it. I think if you like the Willow movie, you're probably going to enjoy it. Tyrant says, "Whoa, no anti-Semitic shit coming from me and from Kanye. He's been off his shit for more than a couple of years. Been a long, long time coming." Oh yeah. I didn't mean to infer that you would be anti-Semitic.
Yeah, we weren't talking about you. We were talking about the AI algorithms. We sort of jumped over to.
Yeah, Willow starts tonight at midnight. At midnight, it'll be up, and I will have my videos.
Warwick's like behind you. And you're like, was he fucking in the room? Is he here?
Yeah.
Is Willow here?
He's right here.
Where are you? Where are you?
It's right here. It's right there.
Oh dear God, he's been here the whole time.
Great.
Like Snarf, he's just sitting there waiting for you. Find me.
Yeah, he's all up good. It's up good. Have some respect. We are Nell winners. That's what they should be called. That should be our Willow show.
Imagine poor Warwick when he's younger, right? 1988. He's walking into Studio 54 on its last legs. He brings in that wand. Want to see my wand?
Yeah.
And they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this shit's coming down, but you're still a nerd.
Cylindria's wand. It sounds like he's in one of those chastity belts. No, it's not mine. Cylindria owns it. Oh, okay. Tyrant says Metallica with a pretty damn good song yesterday, and Dragon Force with some laughable shit today.
There's only one Dragon Force, and there's 2 games on the Sega Saturn. That's it. That's my Dragon Force. I don't want to hear shit about any other thing.
Is
That's it.
Dragon Force like a metal band or something?
Yeah, but I told you, there's only one Dragon Force in Raw World, and them games are beautiful.
Okay, so the new Metallica song, it makes you happy.
I don't know how you can listen to it and say, well, I mean, it's not. It could go for. It's just a good, solid piece of music.
I don't listen to Metallica, and I'm not like oh dude, it doesn't put the same for Justice for All. Like I'm not one of those guys. I haven't really liked anything.
You're just like I fucking hate everything since day one.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I don't know.
No, I like the really I like it. I do like it when the recordings sound kind of punky. Like I think if they released they probably have, I just haven't heard it, but if they released like demos that were kind of like more a little bit more like lo-fi, like less production demos, I probably would like those of some of the newer
Just
stuff.
get yourself an old school Mr. Rogers tape recorder. Play
It
the
doesn't
music,
work. It doesn't.
record it on
I
that.
wish that worked. I wish that worked, but it doesn't. It doesn't give you that. It doesn't give you what I'm talking about.
The problem is you have an ear for sound because that's what you do. I've since given that up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sounds cool. Like,
That's cool. Yeah.
Just add the hiss,
Yeah.
the little vinyl. Like
Yeah.
there's vinyl white noise, like 10 hours of it on YouTube. I just put it on a loop and on one tab, and on the other tab I'll play the song. I get it.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah. I like I don't like vinyl noise when I'm listening to music, but I like the dynamic of vinyl. The quiet to loud. It's kind of better than the way that they master music
You
today.
and Gilroy. Yeah.
Quiet to loud, like the Pixies. Eric is going to be watching Willow because he loves Willow. He loves it very, very much. He says it's great. What is Willow, a druid? He's
Everything's of something now. I like
Yeah.
that. We gotta start working more of stuff
Mhm.
into our yeah.
Yeah. Every week I'm gonna ask if it's a no winner or a no loser. The new Metallica song is great, but not enough hot chicks, like a ZZ Top video. They're all in the shadow for some reason. I wonder if it's like,
That's
yeah, like the Pixies used to not really be in their music videos very much. And then like now today when you watch it, because they're all old, I think they just use like cartoons and shit
They
instead.
get old, but they ain't playing like old people, bro.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I'm just, So I appreciate it. I want to
Yeah.
go play some Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition right now. Yeah, I'm in the mood.
Yeah. No, I think like with like a lot of artists, even George Lucas, doesn't matter who we're talking about, they can be really great, but then they kind of have to cycle through some stuff to get back to a place that the mainstream will consider great, or that their fans even will consider great. Like it's the way it goes with all. I think Queen, Weezer, Metallica, all of them.
I think
Anybody who was
Metallica's-
around long enough.
Right, I think Metallica and definitely Queen at the time, but Metallica definitely now, they're worldwide enough to where the American audience, if it's fickle, doesn't really matter because they're gonna fucking sell huge in Mexico, Brazil, every other. It's just relying on American. Look, let's be honest, man. American fandom is really fucking fickle. You just can't trust it to stick around. It turns on you in a dime for no reason. Americans are just like, and you're just like, oh, okay, all right. Marvel's all dead. I'm quitting. See you at the premiere. But
I know
yeah.
that new Queen song. A new Queen song came out like a week and a half ago. It's a demo I've had for years, but they just finished it, and and it's not good. I like it. I like to listen to it when I need more Queen. That's when I go into those demos, and the song's not good. But right now, it's like it has like 15 million listens or something already. It has like an insane amount, but majority of that is because Queen would go to South America when no one else would, and places they would
Sun City when no one else would.
Sun City when no one else would.
They'll travel
to play for a mixed crowd, though. That is the important part.
You think if Freddie Mercury, blew all his money, he lived and he blew all his, he'd go through his money a couple times, right?
Sure.
He'd be on his like third fortune right about now. After the movie, he got reinvigorized.
Yeah.
Then he put it on to Bitcoin and NFTs. And he would have. We know this. Do you think you think he'd be doing like the United Arab Emirates and the Saudi Arabia shows at this point? Like,
Yeah.
Playing in North Korea, like no.
we would probably be watching like some SEAL team have to like rescue him from like Iran or something though, because he decided to go
playing in Ukraine during the war.
Wait a minute, wait, you're not joking about all this like Queen
Look,
stuff,
it would be quite
you?
metal if they ran out to Ukraine and played Hammer Will Fall live, right?
Fall.
Like,
yeah,
come on, Hammer Will Fall. Like I'm like that should have been an Iron Eagle, by the way. That song,
Yeah, but
Hammer
the
to
song,
Fall, really should have been an Iron Eagle. Like
yeah, the song is pretty anti-military and all that stuff. So I wonder
yeah,
if they
but
would have let it.
yeah. Well,
You know what
that
I
movie,
mean?
you already lost the military's cooperation with that film, so they
Hmm.
were that's why they used balsa wood, like
Yeah,
and they're using
yeah,
Israeli, National Guard jets and shit. Like they couldn't. Yeah, well, it's just funny. I remember, like at the time, the complaint that the Navy used was, "We're not cooperating with this film because we can't cooperate with something where a kid could steal someone could steal it, no one could steal a military jet." And then Top Gun 2, he's just taking jets and like
yeah.
he's doing the
And then
exact
and then
yeah
Daryl was
yeah.
like, "Hold my beer," and Daryl went and stole one too.
Daryl just
Daryl.
was esports before esports, right? He's like, I could play 15 fucking games at once. Like,
Yeah.
like look at this. Yeah.
Yeah. The Beatles put out a new version of Revolver that's like remixed, where they were able to like separate the tracks. I'm enjoying it, but so I've been listening to that a lot. I guess like somehow YouTube has picked up on this, and today YouTube gave me Weird Al's Pac-Man instead of Taxman, and I'm like, God, he's a genius. If you never heard it, it's so good. It's so Taxman, it's Pac-Man.
Yeah.
But as the truth says, happy Lego Star Wars DLC day. I didn't even know that was today. I sure hope we can find out soon if the info I heard on expansions is true. The game is the third best-selling game of 2022, just behind only Elden Ring and COD, a fish simulator.
I
So,
wish it were a fish simulator.
yeah. One question I still have from back when the stuff was being released, if you didn't buy the brand new, like if you didn't buy like the super deluxe version with the game again and stuff, can you still get all of the things individually? Was pretty sure you could, but some of the wording back a few weeks ago, months ago now, when they were talking about it, was a bit confusing. And because I want to know before I throw any more money at this, if they're going to be withholding in that, because I'm not spending another $50 to buy the game again or $60 to buy the game again. Already done that. I won't be doing it again. Ramones sold out stadiums on South America, then come home to play at clubs, says Eric. Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah, this is nothing new. American fans are just, I don't know, man. They just, it's weird. It's weird because you have like, think about country music fans who basically have been buying the same song for 50 years, like on CD.
Oh,
like they
my
keep
my
buying
father,
the same thing.
my father listens to country. You know what country is? It's fucking really bad pop music that doesn't make the grade, and then you just have some asshole sing it with a twang on it a little bit. It's not even country music.
It's low rent Rasta music. Let's be honest.
It's
like Rasta music actually has a meaning behind it, and country's it's like the Hallmark Christmas films of
like Johnny Cash and stuff like that. Like I'm not a big country guy, but like you listen to that, you're like, oh, 3 chords and something to say.
Sure.
I'm behind it. You listen to this shit today, and it's just American Idol pop music. It's not. It has like all the instrumentation's the same. The only thing is the person kind of talk like this a little bit at times. But Junior Jekyll says Freddie Mercury would be selling Colonial Penn life insurance with Wilford Brimley on Cozy Antenna. So it'd be like, it's a killer queen. Oh, you need insurance because it's a killer queen. And then that's how he would sell it every time. Yeah.
Fat bottom Bitcoin makes the world go round. What?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I guess realistically
Fat
we can look at the surviving members of Queen and what they've been doing, and they just would have been making music just like they are now.
They should be they should have all teamed up with Mark Martel by now, but Brian May just can't get his own head out of his own ass.
What? Who? Oh, that one guy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yes. I don't want to hear it. He played with. If they're playing with fucking the dude
I
with George
it.
Michael wannabe, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear it.
No.
I've watched that dude
I'm
live.
not for
That's
that either.
Dude.
No, I'm not for that either.
That's the dude.
I think it's embarrassing when you try to replace the dead or missing person.
Okay,
I
but it
don't
was
think you can
Queen
do
that
it.
put the competition out to do it.
Right.
So if
They
a dude
they
already sounds like it, that's different. I don't
they
want to hear
came
it.
this close to signing with Lady Gaga to do a record and a tour with her. For instance, in that instance, it would have been interesting collaboration. Something new would have came up, but like I saw them with Paul Rogers. That shit was dumb.
Yeah, it's all,
Except for
sorry.
yeah, Paul Rogers sucks. You know, it kind of sucks. But Baymax says, I went to get the car inspection done, sat in line for ages, got to the front and didn't bring the right papers. Fuck my life. Man.
Wow, this is an interesting Star Wars show today, Baymax.
Hey,
Wonderful news.
This is a game called Life, okay? A show called Life.
This is like the Tony Gilroy of Star Wars podcast.
Yeah. You know? By the way, I've seen people do some analysis on Marva's Fight the Empire line. She definitely said fuck the Empire. She definitely it was definitely filmed with her saying fuck the Empire. You watch it with the sound off. They added like a little like glitch to like hide it even. And yeah, it's totally there. She did say fuck the Empire. The people who saw the early version of it said that's what she said. Then it ended up she said fight the Empire when it came out.
Yeah.
She definitely said fuck the Empire.
Yeah.
So
Disney was like, we're cool as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
My actual, I mean, you know me, I like bad words. I think they're fun. I would rather it have been in there. But that said, I don't think it actually really adds any more if she says fuck or fight. I think the emphasis is literally the same. The meaning is the same. And it would really only stand to, it would take away from the moment in the sense that everybody would be debating the F word instead of the actual content of the scene.
Oh,
do
all
you
those
think?
free speechers are now concerned about Santa's gonna be like, oh, First Amendment, but not in my Star Wars. Oh, no, 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 no. Like it's just, you know.
Santa's like fuck the Empire. You know how he is. Santa's always like fuck the police. You know how he says that. Same kind of thing for Santa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. My kind of Santa.
Yeah. Planet Fitness says, I need them to come out with a Lego Star Wars Clone Wars Part 2. The first game only covered season 1 and season 2 of Clone Wars. Yeah. I wouldn't.
I just need to get rid of the Clone Wars, dude.
No, you are.
Played out, man.
You are, but there's a whole generation of
tired of the
people that are
old
all
trilogy. I'm like, there's fucking 20 times more Clone Wars content than the OT.
No,
like,
I don't understand why.
Add it all up.
how fucking hard. I mean, realistically though, in terms of like the Legos thing as a platform, it should all be there, man. All of the Clone Wars and Rebels.
You don't have to sell me on it. You know, I think that if there's any case if there was one series that should be a paid service, right, a games as a service, it should be the Lego Star Wars stuff. There's just no reason why they couldn't continually update it the way they do Fortnite. You know, like it has the fan base. It's got 20 years of proven fucking sales.
Fortnite has its game, right? It's battle royale game, but beyond that, it's the sandbox element is what kids are playing all day. They build their levels and their modes and stuff. Lego, like what's hard about that?
Well,
Lego
the problem is, and I'll tell you why you can't do it though. Like,
yeah,
forget what I want, but realistically, the reason why they can't do it is it's a license with a license by a studio who doesn't own either. So Warner Brothers has the distribution rights for video games, the Lego license, which is also interacting with the Star Wars. So it's a lot of contracts. That's why it can't happen.
What if we go in there with the big board and we just say Lucasfilm, Lego, Harry Potter, everybody, Corey Haim, license to drive. You
have to sell me like if Epic and Epic won't do it, they're gonna put everything into Fortnite forever.
Sure.
But like if Epic was like, hey, you know, if Warner Brothers was like, we don't want to get, because they don't do a lot of like, they don't like doing games. They like to outsource games, you know, like it's a whole thing because they're similar to Disney. They're better than Disney at that, but they're similar. But like if Epic had the distribution rights, the gaming rights, right, then they could build the one engine, and then they're pretty good. Apparently, they're good at coordinating licenses. I've been a little afraid. The last time I seen this many licenses being used simultaneously across the board was at the peak of the 2004, 2005 era of gaming. You know, and you used to get like a Nickelodeon game and a Star Wars game all the fucking time. You know, you get all these fucking licensed games, and then they right around the time the Wii hit, they all crashed. And when I talked to when I was working at Play Magazine, Dave Halverson, the guy who founded Play Magazine, Game Fan Magazine, you know, he used to be the one to review all those because he had kids, so he liked playing them. And I was asking him like, what happened? He's like, oh, I'll tell you what happened. We lost like fucking half our ad revenue when all those imploded. Just the market, once that PS3, Xbox 360 generation showed up, the whole like medium for licensed third-party titles at a certain budget didn't exist. And the Wii was a place where you could only go real. It's like the movie industry right now where you got to go like $2 million movies. You can't go $30 million. You got to go $2 million or $70 to $100 million. This in between didn't really fit at that time. And these licensed games is where, you know, you start adding up the numbers and you end up a lot of times in that 30 million area where it gets really difficult to like manage growth, capital growth, which look, I'm the guy who's like, capitalism should not be exponential growth every year. If you maintain, maybe you make an extra point, great. We all won. But, you know, they're like, oh, we need exponential growth every fucking quarter, no matter what. So I don't know. Epic's managed to do a really good job of managing that. But I got to tell you, if there was a backlash, like let's say a bunch of fans were like, we're ditching this shit, I wonder how quickly it would cave. You know what I mean? Because they got a lot of fees every month. So.
Well, what I say they do is Lego says, the Lego Video Game Studios, that's what it's called now. They say, hey, we're having a company picnic, but it's not for your family, it's just for you guys. And then when they go in, what we do is like, as they walk in, it looks like a big fair, right? As they walk through the threshold, they're actually going onto a boat. And when they get on the boat, we close the back and then we ship them off to like China. And then when they're in China over there, then they just make Lego Star Wars game levels for me that I want all the time. And then that way, because then they don't have to see their families, they don't have to have days off, none of that stuff matters anymore. And because, you know, and then it's like maybe we can feed them through a tube. And if they get out of their desk to stop working on the game, it shocks their feet.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the one thing where like Lego's not really. I know people think Lego's like unlimitedly rich. They're not. They almost got out of business a few times. I highly recommend the Toys That Made Us on the Lego one. That's mostly true. Especially when they get to the Star Wars licensing. They're like, this shit nearly killed the company. I was like, true. But if there was ever a case for, say, Lego got bought out by a company, I'm not big on this mega corporations acquiring shit. But let's say Apple was like, we want to buy Lego. Kind of makes sense to me, you know? Like, then it's the one thing where I'm like, if there was a sandbox multiplayer Lego thing, I probably would jump in and out 6 months out of a year. I could see myself playing 4 to 6 months and then taking off and coming back, you know?
Yeah.
So, but is that something they could maintain? You know?
Yeah.
Is that something they could maintain versus are they better off doing financially? I mean, I don't know what the copies sold. I mean, it's the third highest selling game. I mean, if they're like, hey, if we sell 30 million copies every 3 years, but then that's probably better financial sense than the games as a service. But this game took so fucking long that like I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I'm glad to see that they're enriching it with worthwhile DLC.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I want Lego Battlefront. How about that? Can we get Lego Battlefront and then put 3 in it? Just do
why not?
Yeah.
You know what?
And then you could do the
4.
seamless.
Make it confusing. Make it like it's some Dragon Quest game. Now it's 4.
You know who would probably be able to pull off the Lego game we've been looking for? Of all people? Because I always think when it comes to licensed games, and I've said this before, especially Star Wars, you need a studio that has super talent, but doesn't have the ability to go, why the fuck are we doing this? We can just do whatever we want. Like it have to be at this point where they haven't had the big win they need to elevate them, right? They've had good wins, you know? And given the way that the studio that did No Man's Sky has kept with that game for 7 years of procedurally generated content and adding to it. Like if they took that knowledge base and put it towards a procedurally generated Lego universe that could then populate it with the licensed stuff, you know,
Yeah.
like that might actually, because Lego, you can procedurally generate Legos. All the pieces are there, you know, like it's the one thing that makes the most sense. I don't know.
Rick says Chapek nicks the F-bomb. It got him fired. Yeah, he thought Chapek asked if the Empire is bad, why would they want to fuck him? So they said, "Oh
I'm
no,
working
we confused him."
on a Chapek bit for the show, folks. Yes, I believe me. The second he was fired, I was like on
Okay.
it, but I had some health issues I couldn't deal with.
Yeah, I got Chapek's actually here today. Should I come and say hi?
Yeah, let's bring him on.
Yeah. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm here.
Hey everybody, this is Bob
Hey,
Paycheck. Thumb
you're
check.
looking a little
Thumb check.
svelte and
Yeah.
thin over there, Bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire Clickbait Kennedy next week. Then I'm gonna take over Sony, and then I'm gonna take over DreamWorks and Nickelodeon. I'm gonna take over Toys R Us. I'm gonna own it all. Thumbs forever. Ah!
Thumb wars.
Look, I just think YouTube thrives in low rent budgets. You know, just keep it as low as possible.
Yeah. Apparently Rogue One, Solo Rebels, Clone Wars levels were going to be part of the game when it was being made, but too big of a scope. Yeah, and I could understand like wrangling that in a little bit, and I wouldn't mind if they were worth, you know, if they had value. I would buy all of those as little mini expansions. I would do it. My kids would love it, and it's money on the table if they decide to pick it up.
This is where you look. Lego Star Wars. I'm not talking about Lego in general. Like, oh, you gotta have a Lego Harry Potter, and you gotta have a Lego. I'm talking Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars is its own thing. I don't like the metaverse. The fucking Rogue One. The Ready Player One, where fucking everything goes. That's why I can't stand Fortnite. It's too much shit in one thing. I need a consistency. And the cool part about Lego Star Wars is, it's been proven that it works, that it has a consistent fan base for 20 fucking years, man. I mean, like at this point, dude, like you gotta give it. It's almost as old as Call of Duty at this point. Lego Star Wars.
It's Lincoln Logs for kids.
But this is where I feel Disney and them should bring back LucasArts and be like, you know what? We got some core games that we can oversee. Lego Star Wars is something we should be doing internally, you know? And that we could release this stuff because they could build the problem. The budgets come along when you have to start rebuilding all the same shit over and over again, right? And so you can reuse animations. You can, if it's all in one studio and they're actually keeping these teams together, you know, because that Telltale stuff, man, that could be a collection of 4 or 5 fucking studios that they burn a crew out, bring a whole new crew in, shit gets lost in translation, people are rebuilding shit. It's like when internally at Lucasfilm, when they were like, hey, instead of everyone remaking all these fucking parts for the Death Stars, why don't we just build this stuff based off the model kits, make a tool set that our fucking modelers can use from, so everything's consistent and we're fucking remaking the same shit over and over again. Mm-hmm. So same thing with that. I think this is the thing that could set up a LucasArts in the same way Epic has a Fortnite. Like if LucasArts just had the one
bring
thing.
back LucasArts, I won't get the very obvious fake emails from people. Hey, I was just done at LucasArts, and so you know, Maz Kanata's in Andor. They have for some reason the people they always say LucasArts. I don't know why. It's like I don't know if they just played more video
Sounds
games
better,
and watched
like
Star
martial
Wars.
arts. No,
LucasArts is that Lucas's fighting style? LucasArts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I'm gonna divorce you and
I
just
need
be
to
very
start
passive
coming up.
aggressive for 20 years.
I need a Lucas. Imagine this in like a ninja, like a little Cobra Kai thing.
Give him-
Get a dojo. Yeah.
Give him a little bandana, maybe.
Yeah. Wata. Yeah. Wata. Wata. Right. Wata.
Yeah. Oh, the way of Wata, the new Avatar movie.
No, I told
believe.
you. Jim just stole episode 1 and put it on another planet, and midi chlorians. It's all there if you look for it. I mean, it's done better. I mean, obviously, but yeah, it's pretty much what I would do.
Way of Wata.
Yeah, way of Watteau.
Wata.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nubian.
Nubian.
I still believe, I still believe the Nubian line is a Chasing Amy reference. When in the opening Chasing Amy, they're doing the Darth Vader rant, right?
Yeah.
Hooper's on stage, and he goes, "This black Nubian god," and then
Nubian.
Banky goes, "What's a Nubian? Shut the fuck up!" it's just, I just love that opening so much, and I'm like, and when in episode 1 he goes, Nubian, I'm like, you motherfucker, like I know it has to be. He had to put it in there.
Yeah. I'm dying, sorry. As the truth says, plenty of TT games, including the leaders who the devs blame for treating devs bad and stuff, made a new studio. They were making a Funko game at TT, but left to create it at this new company.
Yeah, the more I hear about the leadership at Telltale's, it's like the classic AA game studio bullshit. You always hear, very similar to the guys making Eclipse, right? That kind of bullshit. Yeah, it breaks my heart, man. Like, there's just no reason for it other than pure corporate greed.
Yeah.
Every
now and then, like with the Lego stuff, I like it when it's funny, and when it's really inspired and it's actually funny. But when it's sort of a little half-assed, I would rather it just be like, just kind of do.
But they could be doing seasons, and like the Andor stuff's going to come in, and then we're going to pull it out. You know what I mean? They could drop a whole playset world for like 6 months during the show. You know what I mean? So you could be playing it, and then like that's what I'm saying. Like these companies, as you know, Jason, when I bring up ideas, they go, "Oh, Rob, here's why you can't do it." And I'm like, "Here's why you fucking can't grow in this space, because you keep telling yourselves what can't be done." I get not every fucking idea is a great idea. I understand that, but like, there is no better case for running their own games as a service as Lego Star Wars. Like, they could be promoting these shows to a younger audience in the game space. And if they don't watch, they could watch the fucking show in the game space if they set it up right,
Yeah.
Instead of promoting Star Wars in fucking Fortnite, they could have their own place. So it just, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well,
imagine a games as a service that also offered 4-player couch co-op if you wanted to do it at home. So you could all be playing on the server if you wanted to do that, not just online. It's also multiplayer online, but you could also do 4-player co-op while you're there at home.
Yeah.
Like that would work because they're this small. These little dudes, you know what I mean? Like the size of.
Yeah, Multiverses is letting people do that now. They have like the arcade mode. So if you don't want to play online or whatever, you just want to play with people at home, or you're having people over, just want to do that, you can do it that way, which is cool, As the truth says, Kanye read off LucasArts as a company ran by a Jew when he had the list of companies the other week. Did he really? Are you joking? Because if he really did that, that's hilarious. I mean, sad but hilarious. Sith Care Bear says blue tail sex is hot. They should call it the way of moisture.
I like how the guy who's worshiping Care Bears is shitting on fucking Avatar for being blue. But, all right. rub my lucky tummy.
Hey.
Rub my lucky tummy, but don't look into my creepy eye.
What's a Nubian? What's a Nubian? Come on.
I like my old, nearly dead people hot, Jason. All right, so.
Yeah. But did you watch Clerks 3 yet, by the way?
I have not watched Clerks. I will.
Yeah. I'm about to call you a fake fan again. I mean,
I'm not a fake fan.
Do you have an Avatar poster?
No, I'm not a fake fan.
Did you get your Avatar tickets yet?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I guess you're
Thursday, 4 o'clock on the 16th. I won't even be on the show. I'm gonna leave way early.
Yeah, no, you can't. I won't be here. I'll be watching.
See,
Avatar.
Here's the thing, though. There are some things I saved. There are some Miyazaki movies I've yet to watch.
Right.
I've saved them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting many.
Yeah,
The Wind Rises is the one I haven't watched yet, if you're wondering. But
Junkbox says
I want to.
Clerks 3 is depressing. He hasn't seen it yet, so let's not
It's
spoil
fine.
it for him.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
Look, I went and saw right before COVID hit. He did when he did Jay and Silent Bob reboot. He did the double feature. But let's be honest, how many people are doing double features anymore? So like, I went to this retro theater, that serves food there, and so I had my dinner brought to me, and beers, and 21 and over theater, so it was like me and 6 other fans, which is great. And he did like an intermission where Kevin Smith said some shit to you before and after. So you saw Jay and Silent Strike Back, intermission, whole thing, the movie. And look, reboot, it's nowhere near as good as Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. But I enjoy it. It's as anything else.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like reading a fun. It's like getting a Jay and Silent Bob comic book, right, on the screen. Not quite as polished as the movie would have been, but I'll take this. It's my original shared universe. He was doing the shared universe across 5 different movies before anyone else was with nerd shit. So, I'm savoring this. The thing is, I've just been this last month, man. It's just I've had a lot of drama around here, man. And I'm like, do I want to sit down and watch what I know is going to have some make me? Everyone's like, it makes me cry. I'm not in for a cry fest. Plus, we got 12 weeks of fucking Andor. That I'm like,
well, I'll save it for when you see it. But Clerks 3 did not make me cry. Let's put it that way.
I'm gonna I'll get the physical release. I got my Mallrats recently, the Blu-ray. That was great. That was a fantastic.
Rob's
came with
like,
the blueprints finally.
I'll only watch it if it's a Blu-ray steelbook.
No, it's gonna. But I do like to support the cause.
Sure.
So and next time if I ever travel again, when I was traveling, I do these covers for a game magazine called Megavisions, and they're based out of Jersey.
Yeah.
So if I ever do that again, we would used to go to PAX and Too Many Games and shit like that out there, and then go to New York, and I'd do the Ghostbusters run. You do travel all the Ghostbusters sites, and then finish off at the Nintendo store and go home. But I want to go to the.
When you say
the
finish
movie
off at the
theater
Nintendo store, do you mean a?
Huh? Oh yeah, I blow my nerd load. But
all right,
there's all my money.
Yeah.
They have the Game Boy.
Yeah,
Jason, they have the Game Boy. Remember that Game Boy that was like fried in Desert Storm? Remember that old picture of like a Game Boy that was like all melted and charred, but it still worked? They have it there. Like the one that was in Nintendo Power. Yeah, it's there. They keep it. It still works. It's still going, man. Yeah. So that's why I gotta go back to go. This is the Game Boy. I know. It's but I want to go to his.
They don't work, but your Game Boy still going.
I want to go to his movie theater and shit. So
yeah,
see him wandering around. He just wanders in and out of the because he lives there. He has an office. He just could go in and out of the fucking theaters and shit. Like he's gonna be like the nerdiest Howard Hughes, Kevin Smith, right? Like, I am so appreciative of people like him. More nerds should aspire to be like that.
Yeah.
Versus the Elon Musk and all these fucking dickweeds.
Right. Sith Kerber says, I can send you an Avatar poster, Rob. Gives you the thumb up. I just saw Evil Dead and Evil Dead
a real
double
sticky
feature.
Avatar poster.
I hadn't heard anything about Triangle of Sadness. I knew nothing about it. I knew a little bit about the menu, but it was just a weird cosmic coincidence. I happened to watch the menu and Triangle of Sadness on the same night, and I gotta say, might have been one of the best double features of the decade. I had the best time watching both of those movies, and together, they just fucking go together perfectly. It was a great double viewing. So if you want to see some movies, those were 2 good movies, I'd say.
Evil Dead 1 and 2. I mean, Evil Dead 2 is like a remake of Evil Dead, so
yeah,
it's all right. I mean, if I had to think, what would be a great double feature?
Yeah, I like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness together. Like, I kind of like the original Evil Dead. I like it, but I just consider it something different, kind of.
Yeah.
So
I think I would enjoy. I would enjoy Ocean's 11 and Rounders as a double feature.
Yeah,
you'd have to do it because you have to have fun. Ocean's 11 is where you have the fun, and then Rounders is where you get a little dramatic and insightful. But
do you guys have Letterboxd accounts by any chance? That app for Letterboxd, the site now. You're able to like, go and rate and review movies and stuff. I Bestman got me to make one a while ago, so I've been using it. So if anybody is on there, I'm making Star Wars on there. Give me a follow and I'll follow you back. And either get intimidated by your film choices or look down on you, whichever. It's gonna go one way or the other. But yeah, Viva Scoobers. I know it's sort of weird in 2022. It's been lost about how kind of amazing it is that like he did a consistent universe at the time.
It's what
Quentin
drew me in the
Tarantino
90s.
was doing
When I
it
realized,
too. Yeah, they both
but
kinda
he was
did it.
doing it. So here's the difference, though, and he's talked about this. Is it was shared, but he gets real nerdy, Quentin, where he goes, in his universe, there's a real world and there's a movie world.
Mhm.
So some of these films are the real world, like Pulp Fiction takes place in the real world of his
Yeah.
universe. And then some of the movies like Kill Bill are movies that they would
Movie world.
watch or the movie world. And that
Okay.
that's a little weird. I like it. I'm all for it.
So
But it was
that's
easier.
how he differentiates his realities about what can happen in reality, right? In his
Right.
films.
So I imagine Inglourious Bastards is the movie world,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the real world.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also how it interacts with history, because both of those films interact with history. One in a way that is not.
But I do think
tangible, and
Django
another
is
one
his
that
also his real world. I don't think that's a movie. I think that's his real world as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it totally could be. It would make sense. Yeah, that one would. I don't see why that one would have to be the movie world, from memory, anyways.
Yeah.
But Sith Cameron says, "I like the happy ending. I mean, Nintendo Store too."
The tips I give out here for free. Even. I mean, I don't even pay. None of you fuckers pay for this. It's all free.
Tyrant says, "Rob, I will make you a personal avatar poster and send it to you. Very personalized. Laugh out loud." Oh, is he gonna AI it? Is that what he's gonna do?
I knew Tyrant was Jared Leto. I knew it.
Oh no!
I knew it.
Oh, is Sith Tyrant in Joker mode?
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey man, I'm like cool Vice City version of Joker." Sith says, "It might be a little wet, but it is the way of water after all." Junkbox says, "Technically, Universal Studios did it first with the monsters and Abbott and Costello." Oh yeah, I'm not saying anybody like created movie continuity first or anything like that. I'm saying like in terms of like disparate films, like Clerks and Mallrats don't really need to be in the same universe, but they
technically-
are. And
Technically, they were doing it first with the Frankenstein films. I mean, Son of Frankenstein and then the Ghost of Frankenstein were supposed to be a back-to-back, but then they chicken shitted because people were like, why does Frankenstein have Bela Lugosi's voice? Because no one remembered fucking Son of Frankenstein and shit. But like it was supposed to all interface also with the Dracula films. They wanted to bring them all in. And that was just going way beyond people's heads back in the day. So, but what I'm trying to say is that they weren't doing that a consistent shared universe over 20 fucking years, man, or even 10 years, you know, like it was like this one-off thing in which you're like, oh, look at interface, but it kind of didn't need to. So,
but it made that's the thing about, I think it in a weird way it relates back to the classic Star Wars canon conversation. People feel like they're on the inside of a joke, or that they have some inside leaning, and then that makes them like when you saw Mallrats and you knew that it was the girl who died from Clerks, that kind of stuff. Then you start going like, oh, it makes you feel like you're on the inside of something.
That I like, where you're rewarding people who follow,
who paid attention.
What I don't like is the Game of Thrones nerds when the show was out was like, but in the book it really goes, and wait till you see that. Shut the fuck up. What's coming down the pipe?
In the book, the Khaleesi was only about 20% as perky.
You know what I love about Game of Thrones season 8? What I absolutely love about it? That it just fucking lit all those Game of Thrones books fans fucking, you know, like nerd base on fire.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you don't know it's coming. Oh, you don't like it. Oh, it never happened this way. Ah ha ha, burn it all down. So I love it. I love season 8. I love it.
Sith Gamer says, taking a survey, who's actually wearing pants right now?
Well, there's a reason why he's got 42 views an episode, Jason.
Who?
Huh?
Oh, 'cause he doesn't have pants on? He wasn't wearing. Oh, we gotta. Did you see Star Wars Santa's cake? I'm gonna have to put Bob Chapek over it. Wait, it didn't save. Damn it. Come on. So Santa got a cake today on his show, and he wouldn't let us show it. Hold on, I need to save the picture. Okay. So hold on. I'm putting my thumb over it, but if you could see, it's Santa laying on a cake.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah, and it's all there.
All right. It's come to Santa moment.
Come to Santa moment. And our buddy from the Star Wars podcast. I hope you are feeling good, man. I sent him a message. He said he wasn't feeling too well, so hopefully he's feeling well today. After True says, yes, real. He read the list to paparazzi. Either he misread it, as he is known to love Star Wars games or whatever. Anti-Semite wrote the list, didn't even try. Yeah, I mean they're not the best and the brightest, are they? You know. But gotta throw it out there too. On top of that, George Lucas, who did own LucasArts, isn't Jewish. On top of all of that,
No.
I mean, right? I mean,
say.
well, I mean, everybody else in Star Wars. I mean, not everybody else, but Han Solo, Padme, Leia. I mean, Star Wars is very Jewy. If you're anti-Jew, Star Wars isn't for you. It's just not, you know. So, especially the
Kurtz is
original trilogy.
polyamorous.
Yeah, incestuous maybe. But yeah. Jesse loves you, Rob, and he loves season 8 too. I didn't mind season 8. I mean, it's not as good as it could have been. Could it have been better? Sure.
The mountain versus the dude, the Scarface guy, where they're on the castle walls with the fire, is how I had imagined the Obi-Wan Vader fight when I was a kid. When it used to take place at a volcano and shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. I had a good time. But what is this important? Oh, it's Mario trailer time. Mario trailer time.
Is it on or is it starting?
Yeah, it's on now. Mario trailer is being shown here, and he just gave it to me. All right, open link.
There goes
I think
all
I'm
our
gonna have
views.
No. We'll play it in here. We can do that. We have the technology. Do you want to play it, or do you want me to play it?
Shit. I can play it. Wait, can I play it? Present. I can't. Oh, share screen.
You should be able to
do
share
it.
screen.
You should do it.
Ah, God damn it!
All
right.
Let me see. All right, let me see.
I just
Hold
turned
on.
it off.
I got.
You got it.
Let me try.
We can do this, Rob. We can do this. At least I think we can do this. I just see Seth Rogen talking right now.
Windows Direct. Share. And then let me turn the sound on.
Seth Rogen.
Hi there. I'm
Whoa.
Seth Rogen, and for my entire life, I've been a fan of the worlds created by Miyamoto-san. In fact,
I've been high the whole time.
His name's Zelda. Ever since I was a kid playing Play Choice 10, I remember
Great
looking
voice
at Mario
for
Brothers and
Donkey
thinking,
Kong, huh?
if they ever make a movie out of this, I better be in it. And I'm happy to say that dream came true. I thank you, and Zelda does too.
Got the Hunter S dog.
Thanks, Seth.
I love that dog's like,
In my neighborhood, there's a cat named Mario and a dog named Koopa. Okay then, let's press
still
the
has
start
great
button
hair.
again.
Yeah, he does. Son of a bitch.
so jealous.
Son of a bitch, Miyamoto-san. Good.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome.
How was that? It looks like we'll be able to see a new side of Princess Peach, played by Anya-san.
And you will be 75
Donkey
years
Kong was
old
there
by the
too.
time the graphics look this good
It's
on a
been
Nintendo
over
system.
40 years since
Oh,
the
God.
release
We're-
of the
God, it just
original
breaks my
Donkey
heart,
Kong
doesn't
game,
it?
which was
Yeah, it
also
does.
my debut title. We've also changed his design.
I've
for
wanted
the
an
first
open world
time
Mario
since he
game
became
for
a
the
3D
longest
model in the original Donkey Kong Country game. Some of you may have noticed, but for this movie, we seized the opportunity to give him a comical personality and design reminiscent of the original character.
All right, we done with this? You want to
What
watch
do you
this?
think? Well,
It's
all
it's
for now.
probably done. Yeah.
I hope you're all looking forward to the Super Mario Brothers movie.
We'll see if they throw something at the end.
Thank you.
We'll just see. All right, there we go.
It's fucking Seth Rogen hitting a bong. There's like, but yeah. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, we've only waited like 35 fucking years for them to do it right or something. So I think
And I
we've earned
believe-
this one.
I believe video game adaptations should only be done in animation. I don't
Yeah.
think any game should be live action. I mean, not even I mean, the only thing I give it one caveat was when I heard Tony Scott wanted to make a Grand Theft Auto movie with Eminem back in the day.
Mhm.
That I would have liked to have seen just because Tony Scott, right?
Grand
But
Theft
other than
Auto
that-
movies, it was just money left on the table. I would rather Zelda be animated, but I could go with puppets or live action Zelda potentially. if
I
they
don't want
wanted to.
ever no live action. I
But
don't want it. It's gonna look.
I
like
would
fucking Legolas
rather
and shit. I
I'd
don't
rather it
want
look
no.
I'd rather it look, oh man, it says our stream is down.
Oh, they got us.
Wait.
Did they get
Mine?
us?
I'm surprised they would get us on that. I mean, give me a fucking
That's what
break.
they got us on.
Yeah.
We'll
We
see
were
if it
giving
comes back up.
commentary.
Let's see if it
Well,
comes
no
back
one in the
up.
chat is saying we're down. But maybe he just means that Mario one. I don't know. Yeah, I got
Stream
suspended after the Mario
unavailable.
trailer.
Oh, bastards.
Well, I'm gonna be able to I will be able to
Oh, we're
say
back up.
the-
We're
we're
back up.
back up. Oh, amazing.
We can do this for 20 more
Stupid.
minutes, and I gotta go.
Now we're gonna call it a show anyways because of YouTube's stupid policies and the corporation's stupid policies to not let people see their fucking trailers that promote their stupid fucking movies. What industry run by greedy fucking nitwick. I mean, come on. It happens all the time. I should have expected it. But Jesus, what a bunch of fucking dumbasses. They all deserve to be in the fucking poorhouse. They all deserve
Yeah,
to
they
go
don't
out
have
of
any problem
business for people.
scraping artist images for AI, right? But it's like, oh, but if
Yeah.
you show our fucking commercial, we'll get you.
Yeah. Well, if you want to watch the Mario trailer with us, for whatever reason, because you're crazy, I'm gonna put it on. This will be rehosted, and it will be on all the podcast networks, so you'll be able to hear what we were saying then. It wasn't anything too deep, but once again, just stupid. We were giving commentary over it, but they're like, "Oh, you used our licensed music." Yeah, Nintendo, you fucking greedy idiots. We did it.
And music is sacred, but images, fuck them. Yeah, fuck those images. People make images. What do you?
Yeah.
But if you go boop 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 boop, oh my god!
It's like, I don't
shut
know.
'em down.
I mean, it's like a whole fucking industry. I mean, called radio only existed for like 100 years, promoting the sales of records and music for years. But oh, you play 15 seconds on YouTube. Oh, don't you dare. Do you know how big music would be if there were just DJs and music fans playing music and hanging out and talking about it right now? How much more fucking money everybody would make, from the smallest artist to the biggest? They got shit for brains. They're fucking idiots. So that's why when people get mad at Disney Star Wars, they go, hey, shit could always get worse, and it will. But right now, I'm okay with it being this dumb.
Could be Kanye Star Wars.
But hey, I'm gonna play out with our new song, and then I'm gonna strike the video for it and take it down. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. We'll be live. Are you gonna watch Willow, Rob? You're gonna check it out before the show, so you can talk about it on the show, or it's up to you if you want to. I probably will hit it. It'll probably be a topic, but it's up to you if you want to.
How
or
long
not.
is the episodes?
The first one is a longer one. It's about 50 minutes on the first one. Then they're about 35 to 40 minutes, like a Mando show after that, I think. But anyways,
I'll put
tonight,
something on when I work out. So.
yeah, tonight I'm gonna put the Willow videos that I did out. And so if you watch Willow and you want my analysis, that video will be out anyways. But we'll be back tomorrow talking about Star Wars news. Bestman has some news queued up, as do I. We're going to come at you with that this week for sure. So today was a weird day. It's what it is. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Rob.
Little song about episode 8. One way out. One way out. One way out. One way out. Doing nothing in a fight. Out of my ranking, I don't know. Got no shoes and I shot my toes. Don't ask me about level 2. Lost brains been turned to goo. Doing nothing in a fight. Doing nothing in a fight. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go.
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.